Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. Today I am going to start a new kind of series. Now it's not going to be some kind of series that I can promise it's going to be one a month or one every 2 weeks or one a week. I don't know how often these are going to be going up, but it is something that I feel like you're going to enjoy because it's been very requested. And I want everyone to know that every time you comment about how you really want a tutorial on the eye look, how you like my eye look, and I get multiple comments on that, I have been putting it on a list, and I'm starting to do my most favorite or most requested eye look series. I don't know what I'm calling it yet, but that's what this video is going to be. I'm only focusing on the eyes. I'm not going to do my whole face. As always, everything's going to be linked down in the description bar. But today I'm going to do, I don't know what I'm calling this, something peach, because this is a peach eye look. I think I had it on in my September favorites, and I had it on, I don't know, it's one of the more recent videos. I'll put it down here or put it in a card or something. Know that both of those videos, it was very requested. And I looked back and I don't think I've ever done a tutorial on this look. If I have, oh well, here's another one. You don't have to watch it, I don't guess. But sorry, I'm stuffy. I'm getting over a head cold, so I sound a little deeper in the voice than normal. But if you are interested to see how I got this peachy Bellini look, I don't know what I'm calling it, then just keep on watching. Okay, we're going to be working out of 2 palettes today, and I have you so up close because I like to zoom in when we're working with eyes. We are going to be working predominantly with the Just Peachy mattes from Too Faced, and then I'll take one color out of this Makeup Geek in the new palette, but it's one that you can get separately, so no worries on that. So I have already primed and set my eyes. So we're going to go in to the Just Peachy palette, and I'm going to start off with Fresh Picked. So it's this color right here. And I'm going to use my Makeup Forever 242 brush. And I'm just going to put that in the crease. This is a very fluffy brush, and it's not dense. So it's going to apply the product less pigmented than a more dense brush would, which is what I want because I'm going to be going in with a darker color. Not all the way on top of it, but partially on top of it. So I want it to be a little bit flared out. So okay, so now that I have that down, I'm going to go in with my cream base. I almost always, especially when I'm using a really shimmery color, like to put a cream base on it. And for this look, I always use the same one, and it's the Revlon Photo Ready Eye Art in Peach Prism. So this is the one that has like a cream shadow on one end and a glitter on the other end. I don't ever wear the glitter, but the cream shadow, I mean, I can already tell it's almost halfway done. I use it so much. So it comes with its own doe foot applicator. And so I'm just going to apply that just to the lid, and it will go over that transition color a little bit, and that's fine. Before that has a chance to set, because they do set down pretty quickly, I will go in with my Morphe G13 or any kind of dense brush and just buff out the edges so that there's no really harsh lines once we continue working on our crease. These are so pigmented, and I promise you, they are not going to go anywhere. Like, this is one of the few cream shadows that I really have to work on, even with eye makeup remover, to get off my lid, because they just don't want to go. Once I buffed it out, I sometimes go in and put just a little bit more on the actual mobile lid, just to give it a little bit more pigment. Not a necessary step, but one that I take nonetheless. Now I'm going to take a brush that's a little bit more tapered and less dense than the first crease brush we used, and this is the Makeup Geek Soft Dome Brush. So you can see it's just a little bit, let me see if I can put them up next to each other. Actually, it's a lot. It's a lot smaller. So this one is the Makeup Geek, and that one is the Makeup Forever. So you can see this one is obviously going to place the color in a smaller area of your lid, which is what I want, because I'm going to be going in with a little bit of a darker color, but I still want that first color to shine through. So now I'm going to go in with Peach Cobbler, which is this color right here. And I'm going to start it on the outer V, which is just this outer quadrant of your eye, or third of your eye, however you want to break up your eye. And I'm going to start placing it there, because wherever you first place your brush is where the most pigment is going to be anyway. So I want to just put it there to get a lot of the pigment off, and then I'm going to take it up into my crease a little bit. So because this is a little bit more pointed, I can still see some of that very first color that I laid down, and that's what I want. I want it to be kind of like an ombre gradient effect. When in the end, it's not going to be as noticeable like that, but I feel like it makes a difference, so, you know. Placing it in the outer corner and then going up will just ensure that you don't get too much shadow in the crease, therefore covering up that first shade or having to spend a lot more time blending out than you normally would have otherwise. All right, now we're going to set that palette down and we're going to get the Makeup Geek in the new palette. And I only use this palette for this one shade. A lot of you probably have it separate. In fact, I do too. But it's the older formula and I feel like this one works better. And it's the Foiled Shadow in the Spotlight. So it's this one right here. It does have a very peachy undertone, which is why I chose it for this look. And it just makes the most beautiful lid. So I'm going to take first my Sedona Lace 941 brush. It's just a flat shader brush. It's my absolute favorite shader brush. I honestly have not found another shader brush I've liked in years. I've used this for years. I love it. And I'm just going to place it right over that base. And I'm sorry if you hear noise. My heater started making really weird noises in this wall behind me. And I don't want to turn it off to film. It's too cold. So I'm not going to take it all the way out to this outer corner because I know I'm going to be putting another color there anyways. But I applied it with a brush and that's a really pretty color. However, I do want it to be a little bit more intense. So I'm going to go in with my finger now, which really is the best way to apply these foiled shadows anyways. And I'm going to pick some up and just place it on more on the inside corner to the middle part of the lid. And that really bumps it up. Now we're going to work on the outer corner where we first laid down that second shade. And I'm going to go a little bit darker. I'm actually going to mix two colors. And I'm going to do this Peach Tart right here, which is this brown color. And then I'm going to go into Just Right, which is a really pretty plum purple color. And I'm going to mix those two. I don't want it to be super purple, but I don't want it to be just brown either. So that's why I mix them. And I'm going to use my Sephora Pro Shader number 18 brush, a very small smudger brush, to lay it down. I feel like it's so much easier to use a brush this size versus going in with one twice its size and putting too much product on your eye. So I'm just going to start right here. I'm going to hold the brush vertically like this, and I'm just going to start stamping it where I know I want it on this outer corner of my eye, and then I'll start pulling it in just a little bit. We're not blending this yet, so don't worry, it's not going to look perfectly blended. I just want to make sure I place it where I want to place it. And then I can go back in with a smaller brush and blend it. I'm going to use the one that I'm going to use under my eyes because I know I'm going to be using the same colors. And this is the Wayne Goss number 20 brush. And then I just blend that color out. But you want to make sure to use small brushes if you don't want this to be a full-blown smoky eye. Real quick, you will get pigment everywhere. Another reason I like using brushes this small is because if you are like me, I've mentioned this before and a couple of y'all have agreed that you're the same way. My brow bone on this eye is kind of grown in a little bit differently than this one. So when I do outer V work, it's a little bit different. It comes out a little bit different. So when I have the control of the small brush to be able to get right into the nooks and crannies that I want to get into, it ends up looking a lot more symmetrical. And then you just keep applying until you have the desired pigment and opacity, and just keep blending, keep applying, keep blending. A lot of you, that first amount that I put on is going to be plenty. I'm just feeling a little extra today. Because this brush is so small, you can pull it a little bit up into the crease as well, just to make everything look more uniform and blended like it was supposed to be that way. And finally, I'm going to go into that very first color, which is Fresh Picked, with the same large blending brush. Put a little bit more product and then continue to blend out that crease. I'm going to bring it up a little bit higher because after I've gotten, ooh, I put the wrong color on there. After I've gotten everything else done, I have decided that I do want it to be a little bit higher on the brow bone. So it's much easier to add than it is to take away. So baby steps are key in eye looks like this. Okay, for the under eyes, excuse me, I like to go a little bit darker under my eyes because if you are not an original subscriber or you have not seen more than one of my videos, I prefer a very smoked out under eye on the daily. So what I do is I really kind of go in with like this color, and this color, and just mix them all up. You choose whatever you want to do. There is no rule here. I'm just showing you how I do it. And I'm going to go back in with that same Wayne Goss number 20 brush and look at my under eye. So like I said, I like to smoke it out. I just think that that makes a big difference. You do not have to do anything under your under eye. You can use one of the lighter peach colors. You can use a much smaller brush so it doesn't come down as far. All right, now I'm going to tight line with my Peachy Endless Silky Eye Pen, and this is in black. This is the blackest eyeliner that I have found to date to tight line with. It's very silky, and it does last a long time, I feel like, on me anyways. And for my waterline, even though you don't have to put anything on your waterline, I feel like this look calls for it. I'm going to use my Estee Lauder Double Wear Stay in Place Eye Pencil in Burgundy Suede. It has a nice, like, plum undertone that kind of matches the colors that we put on the outer, or that I put on the outer part of my eye. So that's what I like to use for the tight line, or for the waterline. Zeus is whining. I need to go take him out. I'm going to curl my lashes. This is my Kevyn Aucoin eyelash curler. As always, my bottom lashes are the MAC Giga Black Extended Play. It's got one of those really long names. I'm going to use my L'Oreal Voluminous Lash Primer and my Burberry Cat Lashes Mascara. So I don't typically wear liner with this look, and because this mascara sometimes smudges a little bit on my lash line, what I will do is I'll go in with that same Sephora Pro Shader number 18, and I'll kind of smudge it out to give a smoky liner effect, but it's really just the leftover mascara. So this is the finished eye look, and hopefully it helped you. Let you know what I use and the steps I use it in, because I know this is one of the very most requested eye looks that I wear on my channel. So I have a whole list of eye looks that I'm going to be going down, and I don't know how often I'll post these videos, but just be rest assured, every time I get a lot of people that request the same look, it will be added to the list. So be sure and subscribe if you haven't already, so you don't miss out on any of those videos as they come up, whenever they come up. And I appreciate y'all watching, and I hope you all go out and have a very blessed day.